Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm so excited for it. Can you even believe that it's 2024 almost? I keep thinking that it's going to be 2023. That's pretty funny, I guess. Living in the past or not even knowing what year I'm living in. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same sometimes. But yeah, 2024 is coming, and I feel like this is going to be a big year for all of us. And I'm sure that lots of things are going to happen. It might even be a crazy year. So I'm super excited later on to see what's going to happen in the year. But right now in this video, we're going to talk about how to prepare for 2024. So it's going to be a big year, as I said. And I'm sure that all of you are feeling it, or at least some of you are feeling it. Like, oh, I feel like 2024, yeah, there's something is going to happen then. Or it feels like something is starting or something is coming, and it's really important to prepare for that so we can be as prepared as possible for this 2024 year. And yeah, so I have 4 groups here for you to see how you can prepare. So group 1 we have here today, we're not picking crystals, we're picking just things that I felt drawn to. These things I felt like they fit these groups the most. I don't know why. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. But yes, this is group number 2's pin. Group number 3 has this little mouse. Oh, okay. That didn't want to stay in my hand. But yeah, it's very cute. And group number 4 has this clip, this blue clip. So yes, these are the groups, group 1, 2, 3, and 4. And take your time, everyone. See which group draws you in the most. I'm sure at this point you know how to do pick a card readings. I don't need to tell you. Move on to your part of the video whenever you're ready. You can be drawn to one group, you can be drawn to 2. Just see what resonates in each group. And yeah, get excited for 2024. Anyway, I'll give you some time and then I'll move on to group 1. Hello, group 1. You picked this shell, and I'm quite shocked and surprised that the first card from your group is the Water Lily Fairy. So doesn't it make sense that the shell was in the group of this Water Lily Fairy? So that makes me believe that you guys are more connected to water, to emotions. So most likely a lot that's going to be to do with preparing for 2024 will be to do with diving deep into the emotions, into your emotions, and maybe connecting with water if you can. If you can somehow, some way, go swimming or take a bath or make yourself a foot bath or just connect in some way with water. Maybe just when you're showering, allow it to cleanse you. But there's definitely a lot for you in water. So Water Lily Fairy, stop taking directions from others that are not right for you. Gather your thoughts and start to walk your own pathway. So this year, it's time for you, well, this last like 1 month and a half, less than a half, you're supposed to stop taking everyone else's directions. Start taking your own direction. Start listening to your own intuition, to your own higher self, and see what's best for you, because life is yours. This is your life. It's not anyone else's life. You're the one who's supposed to make the choice. Stop trying to ask someone else for advice. Or, it's nice to get advice, but not always listen to that. It's nice to get advice from a few different people, see the information from everywhere, and make up your own mind. Or sometimes don't even look for information. Sometimes you guys have a lot to dive into, since this is very water connected. You're very water connected. You have a lot of emotions and a lot of memories to connect to as well. Not just memories from this life, but other lives too. And there's so much to dive into. And I feel like, I feel like you're kind of scared. You've been kind of scared to do that. Maybe you like distracting yourself sometimes. And you like putting things off, like, oh, I can do that later. Like, for example, meditating or diving deeper into a situation. Like, yeah, I can deal with that later. Let future me decide that. And I should go do something else. And maybe you're also putting off following your own intuition as well. And you're just following someone else's intuition or their opinion. But it's time to stop taking directions from the others, as this card says. Again, gather your thoughts and start to walk your own pathway, because 2024 is going to be the year where you start walking your own pathway. Or it can be the year that you start walking your pathway. That's very important. That's crucial to know. That if you don't do this, if you don't deal with that, if you don't figure things out, your own thoughts out, and your own emotions out, and feelings and everything, maybe you will keep walking on with someone else's direction. And then, it's possible. Everything is possible. There's different universes that we branch into. So it's possible for you to branch into both. So remember that. It's important. So let's see the tarot cards that came out for you as well. We got the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the Temperance, the 10 of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this 5 of Pentacles coming through after the Water Lily Fairy. It's very understandable. So it feels like the way that your life is and the things that you're unhappy with, a lot of them are because of someone else's ideas. Not only are you unhappy because of someone else, and their beliefs and ideas, but you perceive yourself in a certain way because of that, and you went that way because of that. And this is not to blame anyone else, or to blame yourself. It just happened. Don't put blame on anything or anyone. Just know that it happened, and it doesn't need to keep happening. That's the biggest message here, I think, that you can start changing that. Once you realize that, let's imagine that this one is you and you've been following this one. Well, he's poor. He doesn't know what's happening. He has no money for anything he wants. And you've had so many injuries because you've been following this person, because you've been following their directions, their ideals, their way of thinking. You've been led down this path too. And don't get me wrong, all of us are like that. I feel like no matter what group you're in, everyone would have been down a path like this at some point. It's just inevitable. It's probably super rare to have someone who this didn't happen to, that they were led in a certain direction because of their beliefs, because those beliefs were passed down to them from parents, from family, from friends. It's normal, but you don't have to stay there. So it's time to escape that. It's time to release all of these things. With this 8 of Wands, it really feels like there's a lot to release, and it's kind of feeling like what you're releasing is like thoughts. Like writing down. What I wanted to say actually to everyone is maybe it would be nice for you guys to write down some of these things that really stand out to you so that you don't forget to do them. Or some of these quotes, like for example, pull the Water Lily Fairy one and putting it somewhere so that you remind yourself of it. I know not everyone likes doing that, but it might be useful to some of you. But yeah, it really feels like putting things out, like you're putting everything out. It's like writing everything down and seeing what fits and what doesn't, seeing what's yours and what isn't, what's good and what isn't. And like, you don't have to write. You can just maybe try to think about it or meditate on it. Not everyone loves writing. But it's time to really balance things out, because it really feels like the path you've been taking is not the path you need to be on, not your highest path. And it's because it's not your path. It's a path someone like that was created by all of these beliefs and things and directions from other people. But now it's time for you to let go of all of that and start creating your own path. Start finding out what you really want, what you really love, what you're really passionate about. Ace of Cups, I mean, this can mean so many things, like falling in love with your life, seeing the beauty of your life yet again, seeing the beauty in whatever is happening, whatever situation it is that you're in. It really feels like all of these hardships, it's time to realize why they happened. Something that a lot of people might resonate with is like, when you look back on your life, let's look super far back so that it doesn't feel as new, or the wound isn't as fresh, let's say. And maybe you work through it more. Like in school, do you remember the teachers that were either really nice or just let you pass through? Or do you remember the ones that were a bit harder on you and tried to make you work harder? I know not everyone is going to resonate with this actually, but I'm sure at least some of you will. The teachers that made you work, or the parents or family members that made you work harder so that you can learn something, that's what you remember, and that's why you love them. That's part of why you love them, because they challenged you to get through this so that you can learn and grow. So looking at all of these obstacles that we had in our lives in a different way, and finding out what it is that is our obstacle now, and how we can overcome it, how we can bring balance, and how we can go on this new journey, how we can sort everything out, because there's a lot to sort through for some of you. There's a lot to sort through, and you're carrying a lot. I think it's time to release some of it and to distribute some of it in different boxes. Not let me explain that. Like, if you saw like a teacher that was really hard on you in the past as someone bad who, tortured you, tormented you, you don't like them. Now you see them in a different light, so you're putting them in a different box in your mind, in your heart. Like, actually, that really helped me grow. I really appreciate that person now that I think about that. And again, this is, the teacher thing is like a really, you can even call it a silly example. There's so many other things that you can think of, like broken friendships. Like, I understand why that person did that so that I can learn. And I appreciate that person now for doing that. Even though it hurt me so much at the time, I understand. Now it's time to bring balance. Like all of these things that push me down in the past, they don't need to push me down anymore. I can, soar. I can rise up and realize how truly beautiful and magical life is. I don't know. Let's see what oracle cards came through for you, group one. Cracked open. Okay, so I feel like I was definitely on the right track with all of that. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Again, it's like realizing why the rock bottoms come, why they're there, why we experience them, what they teach us, what we learn from them. I feel like you guys are very emotional people, very deep people, and sometimes you can get lost in your emotions, but it's important to realize that and to work with that and learn from it as well. And we also have you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. remember that you're never alone. I mean, even me here, talking to you, we're not alone. I'm talking to you, you wherever you are in the world, we're in some way connecting and communicating. You're not alone. We're all going through our rock bottoms and our highs. We're going through all of that at the same time, and there's nothing to be scared of, because we're all here to kind of support each other. And finding the right people to support you as well is so important. Realizing who they are. And realizing sometimes that even the people who give you bad directions in life, they probably mean best. They probably want what's best for you. They just don't know what's best for you. It doesn't mean that they're a bad friend or anything, or a bad person, that you should completely stop talking to them. It's just realizing that you should be making the decisions for yourself, and you shouldn't be fully affected by someone else and their views on how you should live your life. And like I said in the beginning, your life is yours. It's not theirs. It's yours. You decide, and you should make it what you want it to be. But then again, don't force yourself to go through things alone. You can always talk to someone. You can always rely on someone. Don't feel like you need to be alone through all of this. And plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. That is an interesting one. I mean, from all of these emotions here comes grounding. Yeah, it will be so important after going through this. Like, it feels like maybe like a bit of a roller coaster. It feels like to prepare for 2024, what you would need is a big change. What you would need is a big realization. And when that big realization and change and like I'm feeling like a clusterfuck of emotions. Like, just so many emotions and thoughts and everything mixed together, and some days are just gonna be like crazy, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, is this how it's gonna be? I feel like this is insane. That's when you ground yourself, or after that at least, that's when you should ground yourself. Ground your spirit fully into your body, so that you can fully be here and be present, because all of this will take you out a lot, and it will take you in, it will take you out, it will take you places, but where you need to be still is here on the planet, on this earth, touching everything, feeling every single thing. So making sure that you're staying present is going to be very important. And this card is also reminding me of the message from the beginning, to start to walk your own pathway. Like, be the embodiment of yourself. We are each an embodiment, a physical embodiment of our spirits. So why not embody what we really, really are? Like, keep embodying that and just grow more into that, and let our lives themselves grow into that. I hope that makes sense, but it's like creating your life to be a tree, and the tree that blossoms and has apples and fruits, and experience all of that from your own decisions. Because when you're walking someone else's pathway, when you're taking someone else's direction, your tree starts to wilt down, starts to get sick. Yes, sick trees starts to not be able to produce fruit. So embody your true self so you can be the best tree you can. Oh, cocoon of white light. I feel like you guys are getting like a lot of different kind of advice. Like you should do this and this and this and this. It's just a lot. But it's a lot of like little things. Like, oh yeah, you could do this and do this, and this would be helpful. So rest in perfect love, understand oneness. I feel like a lot of meditation will help you figure things out and get everything kind of together in your mind, but also in your emotions and feelings. And again, water can help with that. Even just going to shower can kind of wash off all of the energy and everything that's just like around and fighting. Like, I don't know, sometimes maybe you guys have experienced not being able to fall asleep because you're having so many thoughts, that kind of thing. Water will help you. Water and meditation. um, there's a specific meditation that comes with this card where you envision yourself in a cocoon of white light and you just soak in the light, but also feel the safety of the cocoon, and also just integrate all of this, understanding the oneness, understanding that you're a tree, but you're also a cocoon, and you're also a human here, and you're also, maybe you're also a planet somewhere. And you're also spirit, and you're also your higher self, and you're everything. We are everything, and we are each other. Whew, we're getting super deep here with you, group one, but there's just a lot to get through, and there's a lot to learn, a lot to hear for you. New opportunities, declutter your life, and glimpse a magical doorway. So declutter all of this stuff that you're carrying, let it go and sort it out, declutter it, so that you can start this new journey fresh and clean again, showering and getting all the dirt out, getting all of those feelings, emotions, thoughts away, so that you can start fresh and you can see really the beauty in your life, in the world, and in what's gonna come. Like, get excited and happy about your future. And yeah, it just really feels like the new year is like a whole new door that's gonna open for you. So many new doors will open for you, but it's on you to clear the way to those doors, because they're a bit blocked right now. You've blocked the way a bit. But if you clear that way away, clear that way away, you'll be able to open the door and see all of these things. And yeah, this is just, you can do it. Believe in yourself. I hope you believe in yourself. It's gonna be great, and I hope you're excited. We also have the white eagle ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that. A lot of wounds can be healed right now, and a lot of understanding can be had. Like I was saying, from the past, when you look back at your past, see why things happened, why you went through some things, and heal these wounds, and also be able to forgive whoever that was that did that to you. Forgive yourself, move on, free. And it's not about letting go, it's not about forgetting, it's about learning from it. So learn from it so that you can move on and you can soar like this beautiful unicorn. Anyway, group one, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. Did it resonate? Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, group two. This is the pin that you picked, and you got follow your shining star. Follow your instincts, and then be resolute in what you're doing, knowing that you are supported by angels. Wow, what a beautiful card to start off your reading. It really feels like you're just urged to keep following your instincts. Like you know what the right way and right pathway and right everything is for you. Just like all of us do, but you really know it. You feel it, so keep trusting. Keep listening, keep trusting, and keep going. Know that you are constantly supported. We're all supported, but again, remember that for you it's so important to remember that and to know that you're not alone. You're not doing this alone. You're never alone. There's always someone there who can help you, human or not. And let's dive into the tarot cards that you also got. So you got the Devil, the Four of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. This is quite an interesting one. Group 2. So, funny we're getting the Devil first. Maybe it's time to, it feels like time to let go of something or like understand something. There's something that you definitely need to be letting go of and understanding that you might be eating from the wrong plate, and the right plate is going to come to you very soon. Things are not going to stay how they are. They're going to start shifting. So what you've been missing will come into your life. And in the same way, what you've had an excess of, you're gonna start having less of soon. And that might bring about conflict, inner conflict, but also conflict with others. But you don't need to fight. You can rise above that. And it really just feels like that saying, like, be the bigger person. Be the bigger person by not arguing. Be the bigger person by going your own way and not focusing on the arguments, not focusing on the fights. So stop focusing on drama and on fighting and on arguments. Be the bigger person. Focus on the higher, just the higher part where you're focusing on yourself and focusing on your life and what needs to be done and on your mission. I really feel like it's also about your mission. That's probably going to be starting. You're going to be starting to do something most likely in 2024, like do something more that's part of your mission. But this Devil is quite interesting. I want to see what oracle cards you also got. You got Wait and Fall into My Arms. So it's not time yet. Things are being woven and fall into my arms, surrender and holding the opposites. That's really interesting. Holding the opposites, and even with the Devil, like, it is an opposite. It's an opposite to the light. I guess if you see the Devil is the darkness is the opposite to the light. So the Devil could be the opposite to the sun. Or other cards, I'm sure. Most cards the Devil can be the opposite of, to be honest. But it really feels like there's a reason you've been falling into something, that you've been falling into like either bad moods or doing things that are not as productive, doing things that could be considered lower vibrational, getting yourself into drama or following more of not even drama, but watching the news, eating bad things. There's always a reason why you're doing what you're doing, a deeper reason, a very deep reason. And I think you shouldn't feel bad for that. You definitely should not. And if your intuition keeps calling you to do that, then maybe you should keep doing it. But I feel that now it's time for you to experience the other extreme of life very soon. It's like you're getting ready to start experiencing it. I don't know if it's this, like let's say in December, that you're gonna start experiencing more of the other side, or it's in the new year that you'll start experiencing it. But you're definitely starting to prepare for that and starting to move away from this. And it feels also like you not fully realizing what's instinct and intuition and what is actually, yeah, what's instinct and what's intuition, and not realizing the difference between it and kind of getting confused. So sometimes you're following some kind of primal instinct, but this primal instinct might not be what your intuition is telling you. And because of that comes sadness. So in that way is the best way for you to figure out if the instinct you're following is, or if the thought or feeling you're following is an instinct or intuition. And even then, there's a reason you're following whatever you're following. I really feel that. And I think that you'll realize why you've been doing that. You're gonna realize that. And whatever the case, I think you will be presented with a better option for whatever this is. That's for sure. So yeah, it's really interesting. I'm quite interested if you feel like you resonate with any of this. So let me know down in the comments. Anyway, things are definitely being prepared, like I said, with this weight card really showing us things are starting to get prepared. So if you feel impatient, or try not to rush into things and try not to feel like you're running out of time or anything like that, because things are slowly getting into place for you, and whatever needs to happen will happen. It's just that it needs time. Healing the motherline, healing ancestral work, motherline, and growing up. Growing up. That's definitely something I see here with the Page of Swords, actually. Growing up. It feels like maybe you've been in like a bit of a slump, and I can see that finally you're gonna start growing because of what, I don't know, life is gonna teach you in some kind of way. I don't even know if, I feel like all you have to do is kind of experience it and follow your instinct and intuition, and just experience that, and definitely rise above conflict and grow in that way. This is the growth that you need for the new year. You need to grow in the way of not being bothered by this conflict and not being bothered by the devil. Like, just not being bothered by it. It's there, it exists, you know that? It's an opposite that's being held by that. The darkness is holding that darkness, and the light is holding the light, and they're both holding it. And we don't need to, hate the darkness for holding that. And we don't need, just like the darkness doesn't need to hate the light for holding the light. It's just there. It's just existing. So it feels like part of it is like rising above that, you rising above that. Finally, we reached the reason why these cards came through. But yes, some of this might, like trauma and things might be coming through from your motherline directly. And for the new year, it's important for you to focus on healing the motherline, and whatever issues that maybe you personally had with your mother, or whatever things are repeating that you see were in your mother's life and now are happening in your life. See how you can heal that and change it for the better. And Yeah, let's see the next card. I feel like I wanted to say that it might be beneficial for some of you if you'd like to write some of this down, or write some of the quotes even down so that you can remind yourself. Some people like that, I know, so had to mention it. We also have charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. So it's your time to connect deeper to like as it says, heaven here, but also to yourself. Like, if it feels like connecting to that uh, ultimate big you, like the higher self, that the subconscious, connecting to that and really starting to embody your true self, and so that you can grow, and contemplating on all of these things, like why were you drawn to some of these lower vibrational things, these heavier things? Why were you getting into fights if you were, or arguments? Or why were you drawn to watching something like that or listening to something like that? Thinking about all of these things, contemplating, maybe meditating on it, is really something that will help you start the new year as best as you can, like fresh, let's say. We also got the Miriam, sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal and see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Love loves darkness just as much as it loves light. And darkness and light, in sense, they love each other. That's why they're there, existing. That's why everything exists. I mean, let's imagine oneness. Like, for the one to love something, it had to split into two. When that split happens, it's like a wound appears. So pain comes so that we can experience that love. And the more we split, the more we experience that pain. But it's all born from love. It's all born so that we can feel love. So finding a way to love every part of yourself and every part of everyone else in the world is really part of your mission, I feel. And it will be very beneficial to start finding a way to do that before the new year. And forgiving your mother or whoever it is that harmed you, and trying to heal. Law of grace, be your divine essence and dissolve all in grace. Again, another card kind of talking about the same things, being able to, and it's the two. There's definitely something out there for you to understand, like that, why we split, and why there's this split, why there's duality, why there's so many different outlooks and so many just different everything. And understanding that and allowing it to be, so that you yourself can just be, so that you can just love, so that you can experience the best reality that you can experience. It's a beautiful reading for you, group 2. Oh, and really, I mean, we're getting full understanding here about what you need to do before the new year. Really, forgive, let go. Forgiveness is freedom. And forgiveness is not about forgetting. You know, you don't forget after you forgive. You learn. You learn from the experience. You forgive. You love. You thank that for helping you learn, for helping you grow. And maybe doing meditations for cutting cords will also be beneficial for you. If you want, I have one made, so I'll link it somewhere here so that you can go do it if you're interested in doing that, or you can just do it by yourself, trying to cut cords with anyone and anything that's just not for your highest good, and letting go of all this, and just trying to love everything, to Love every part of your life. Understand why it's there too. Love the devil, love the darkness, love the light, love everything. Anyway, group two. This was a very interesting reading. I'm really, 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 really curious what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments if it resonates. What do you think? If you're interested in a personal reading, details on how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, group three. You guys picked this cute little mouse, and oh, it does it not really correlate to this card, the doorway to fairyland. Imagination is the key that will open doors and show you the way. And this mouse is really also showing you this because it's the mouse from Hello Kitty, I guess My Melody's mouse. So it's I guess from a cartoon, Imagination cartoons. Yeah. Well, not just a cartoon, but yeah. Anyway, I feel like it's really, really, you're being urged to use your imagination, be more free, let yourself even more free, let your imagination go fully free. Maybe dive into watching things that you would never watch, things that would help you with your imagination. Like, you never know. Personally, I remember there was a time I really felt drawn to going and watching cartoons that I used to watch as a kid. And when I watched them, I felt like, oh my God, I never realized this message was in this, or like this particular thing. And it kind of really opened me up and opened my mind and helped me understand things too. Like, cartoons are made by people, and people consciously or unconsciously put messages, important messages into them. And I'm not just talking about the subliminal messages and the, let's say, the bad ones. I'm talking about good ones. Like, you know, you really can see them. And there's a message out there in every single thing that was created for someone. So there's some message for you and maybe some kind of show or something. So go and explore whatever you want to explore. Create and let yourself be more open-minded, because this new year is probably going to be much more magical. And the more you're open to magic, the more magic can come into your life. I hope that makes sense. So the tarot cards we got for you. I don't know why I keep saying we in some videos. It's me, myself. We have the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you guys are gonna be, you're a fun group. I feel like a lot of people are gonna get this group. There's just some groups that I have this feeling like, yeah, this is gonna be a great group and this is gonna have some interesting message and a lot of people are gonna love it. I feel like, yeah, you're gonna love it. So the Queen of Wands, I mean, again, like, she really reminds me actually of this card, of this fairy here. How tapping into that imagination and that creative power can really help you be the best version of yourself, but really help you access this, like, it's like another whole other reality, like seeing the world in a different way. This, like, for example, the synchronicities. You ask for something and then not even a day later you see the answer somewhere in a book, in a video, someone tells it to you. That's magic. Constantly seeing repeating numbers, that's magic. Sometimes even particular animals you see, their message, that's like magic. You know, I don't know, just realizing that, and the people you meet and the things you talk about. I mean, a few days ago I went to this quiz and they were talking about some Greek story. And then a few days later I watched this amazing video. They were talking about the same story and they were talking about this map that I remember I saw in real life and I was looking at for like at least 30 minutes, and something about it captivated me. And they were talking about some of the things there, and I was like, oh my god, it really makes sense. Like, this world is like, everything is so crazy. Like, it really feels like magic. And you are the magician. We are all magicians, and we are living this creation that we have helped create. And it's so exciting. And of course, we have limitations, but it wouldn't be fun if we didn't have limitations. If we could do anything we want, if we can be well, we can be anything we want, technically, but if we can just go and do anything we want right now, like actual magic, like, yeah, let me manifest a cake here. Like, that would be a bit ridiculous, and that would be too easy, so it wouldn't be fun. So I don't know, just seeing the world differently, it's like, this is what you guys need, and I guess this is why I'm talking like this. And with the King of Cups, it's like that opening, that true opening of the heart. Even doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter. It's more of the type of person you are. Even if you used to not believe in any of this, and you used to just think really logically, kind of opening up to all of this, opening your heart, and switching from left, I guess, to right brain, and being more creative, thinking more out of the box. Again, Ace of Swords, changing that mindset, like completely opening. It's like opening a brand new book, or turning to a page that's completely different. In the past, it was just text and, like really boring, just text. And now you're turning the page and it's all color, it's all beautiful, it's like pictures and drawings, and super magical. And you might be thinking, oh no, I want to go back to that. But do you really want to go back to that? This is the thing that excites you. Knight of Swords, this is gonna bring you inspiration. This is gonna make you want to create. This is gonna make you want to share. This is gonna make you want to experience more, and to do more, and to, I don't know, I feel like writing and sharing is the really big important part here. Sharing all of these ideas, because you're gonna have so many new ideas. It's like you're starting to realize, oh my god, there's this show I used to watch, and like these things, I can see the messages now, and I appreciate it so much more. I appreciate the story so much more, but it also shows me so much about the world now, and it's like a nice metaphor for it, and it's like so much understanding. And oh my god, group 3, I hope I am not annoying you with the way I'm speaking, but like I'm so excited, like seeing everything in a whole new brand new light. And I feel like this is what you need to be, like excited and wanting to share, just like I am now. Like, oh my god, I keep getting all of these thoughts that I've been getting like the last few days, and like even before, like, oh my god, I want to share this with someone. Like, oh, I realized this, and I noticed this, and this is so amazing. And I feel like that's what you need to be, and that's what you will be. And I feel like that's probably what we're gonna continue being in 2024. Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. So realizing that all of these things, and realizing why we're here, we're here to learn, we're here to study. Like, again, with the book, we've been studying, but like reading these boring pages, there's no need to read the boring pages. You can turn the page and start reading the really, like, in a more interesting way, and start seeing that it's like the people who are just for science and the people who are just for spirituality, blending that together, because they don't need to be separate. They are one and the same. They're together, Chemistry comes from the word alchemy, which alchemy is like, you can even think of it as like magic. I think didn't even mean magic. I could be totally wrong here. If you want, you can go look it up. Maybe I'll insert something here if I was wrong. But I have this like memory that alchemy means magic. Anyway, So it's about all this higher learning and getting excited for the higher learning, getting into it and opening up to all of it and sharing and really realizing, yeah, I'm in this school and like I love learning and give me more stuff to learn. And these are my classmates. And yeah, I don't know, just having fun with it, having fun with it all. The cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. And again, the making life a moving prayer and like creating your own rituals doesn't have to be boring. When I think about it, I think I don't know, that kind of sounds like work, sounds like kind of boring. But it doesn't have to be boring, it doesn't have to be work. We can do things that excite us and make just even the little things count. Like when you're eating something, be like, oh yeah, this potion is now going to help me learn this brand new language. I created a potion that's going to help me learn a new language. Like things like that, and having fun, and like the more you believe in it, the more it becomes real, and the more you'll see that you might actually start getting results. And someday you might wake up and realize you know a new language. um, yeah, but doing things like that, having fun. Child of the Cosmos. It was such interesting cards for your group. Yeah, I knew your group was gonna be great. um, you guys are like the starriest star seeds. That's what I feel like. You are the child of the cosmos, and the intelligence of the universe lies within you. So all of these things, like I was saying, like thinking when you're making food, thinking, yeah, now I'm gonna make this concoction that's really going to unlock in me this intelligence that I already have within me. This is just gonna be like the key, and consuming that and feeling like trying to even envision yourself feeling the difference, and like magic is happening, and suddenly you're more open to you know this knowledge, and this knowledge is coming into you more easily. So then even if you don't just suddenly wake up knowing another language, you might find it easier to remember words and to remember structures, or to talk or understand in some way. I don't know why I'm giving the example with the language. I guess it's an easy example, but all of this is inside us. So all we have to do is just unlock it somehow. And how we do that is with our imagination. We all have our own different ways. Yours might be with my example of making food or drinks as a concoction, or it might be something else completely. And we also got green tower, supreme protection. I was gonna read complete protection, but maybe it is supreme complete protection. We are protected. Cords are being cut, and we're moving beyond a limitation. Trust. I don't know why we're saying we. Maybe this is my group too. But yes, you have to remember that you're protected, and it's nice visualizing that, like protection, shield, bubble, whatever you like to create, like a shield, and visualizing that you're protected, imagining that you are protected, and keeping yourself even more protected in that way. But just remembering that life, if we think about it, it's technically, since time doesn't exist, everything has already happened, so everything is kind of predetermined. So there's no right or wrong, there's no mistakes that we can make. Everything is gonna go just as planned, just the way it has to be. So just going with it and having fun with it, and making it the best we can. Like what is the downside of that? There's no downside there. It's just hard to believe in that, because we're taught to not use our imagination and to be more serious now. But we don't have to be. We can go back to being more like we were when we were kids. Imagine that there's other worlds, and that you can have fun with other beings, and that you I don't know. I guess that was my imagination when I was a kid. or that you can save people and you can help people with your light, which is true. You can. That's completely true. So, not like I said something that's not true there. The sun. Mm, I'm not surprised this card is coming out. You know, enjoy, enjoyment, life, for success, vitality, play. And the more you use your uh, imagination, the more you play, the more you enjoy, the more energy you're going to have. If you've had times in your life, I know I have, when you had no energy, it's because you weren't, part of it is because you weren't enjoying whatever the heck you were doing. Like, if you are not enjoying, you're not having fun, you're not living your truth, of course you're not going to have energy. Of course you're going to feel down. Of course you're going to be sick. Sickness like comes from, it's like the lack of something. And it's just our body is showing us that something is wrong. Something is not going exactly the way that it needs to be going. And it's figuring out what brings you joy and doing more of that. And success will come right after. Just keep having fun, keep enjoying, and you'll be successful. And not in the same way that everyone has their own idea of success as well. You have to remember that. But it's about feeling fulfilled. It's about feeling like you've done so much and you're doing so much and you're having fun during it. Like, as long as, honestly, I look at some people and they're just so happy. It doesn't matter how much money they have or what they're doing, or some people that are helping so much. Even, again, it doesn't matter how much money they're getting and how many houses they have. If they look like they're having fun and they're helping people and they're living, their truth, I just feel like, yeah, they're so successful. Like, you're so successful in my eyes. You don't need to be a millionaire to be successful. You need to be yourself to be successful. Your true self. Who? Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, and scarlet codes. So all of this, opening this up, it's opening up these ancient powers that we did have. We do have them now. We just need to open them. We need to open the door. And again, the door will open with imagination. I don't know, I'm being reminded, abracadabra. Those are the magic words, but what do they really mean? I'm forgetting right now the meaning, but maybe if I don't forget, I'll insert it here, but I'm pretty sure it's something to do with this thing that I'm saying right now. Yeah, and you don't have to know everything, just like me. I don't know everything. I'm going to go and look it up so that I can tell you guys, but I'm pretty sure those words have a meaning that's really, really, really connected to what we're talking about right now. And we all have like this something that we need to unlock, and also something that unlocks someone else. Like, my words will unlock something in you, and your words will unlock something in me. And the energy as well unlocks and just activates. And we're activating the earth at the same time. And everything is just, I feel like what I need to say is that everything is going to plan. If you're worried ever, don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. Again, if you imagine life as predetermined, like everything happened already, you'll know that there's no right and wrong. There's just, I pick what I like the most, what I'm feeling like doing the most. So if you go with life like that, it just feels much better. It helps you worry less. And the last card I have for you here is the Violet Flame. Invoke the Cosmic Violet Flame, Diamond Violet Flame. Transmute all that is not love. So anything that is not love, it's time to transmute it. Any fears, any insecurities, it's time to transmute it. And again, use your imagination. Your imagination is powerful. The more you use your imagination and your mind, it will start morphing and changing you and your life. And yeah, it's just just gonna be a fun time. Just have fun. Just enjoy it. Even meditations, they don't have to be boring. They don't have to be like a snooze fest. You can have fun with them. They can be more active. Like you don't have to just sit there. Maybe you can do some movements or dance as a form of meditation, or walk around or listen to music, write, draw, paint, whatever it is that you like doing, create, express. That is my message to you. Group 3. I love you all so, 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 so much. Let me know in the comments what you thought of all of this craziness. And if you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye! Hello and welcome, my wonderful group 4. So, you guys picked this really cute bow, and you got Fairy of the Mystic Forest. You have the power and aptitude to make your dreams come true. All you need now is commitment to make it happen. So, you heard it here, group 4. Your dreams are fully able to come true in 2024, even before it. It's just that you have to commit to it and to believe in it and believe in yourself. It's such an interesting message and card. And let's take out the tarot cards to see a bit more about your message here. So you guys got the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. Interesting. So definitely commitment. With the Knight of Cups, Cups? What? Pentacles? Commitment, I can definitely see that is definitely needed. Because things are not gonna happen quickly, group 4. Let's be real here and know that things don't happen in a flash, and sometimes it takes time for things to build up. It takes time for you to build whatever it is that you're building. It takes time for you to save up money to get whatever you want, and it takes time to grow your business into a more successful one. But it's time for you to start believing more in yourself and committing, because in the past it feels like maybe you've had some blunders, or you just have a lot of pressure on you from others or just from yourself, feeling like maybe you're not enough, maybe you're not doing enough, maybe you're not getting enough. But it's time to change that way of thinking, especially before the new year comes. Try your best to feel like you have all the tools that you need, like you have everything that you need. And even what I'm hearing is envisioning, doing the usual manifesting technique of envisioning yourself having everything that you want or need with you. Like kind of like this 9 of Cups, feeling like, yes, I have my beautiful shop. I have all of these, it's a coffee shop, but I guess they're not, I don't think this is coffee, but whatever. It doesn't matter. You can have a coffee shop and sell milkshakes or whatever. But envisioning that and seeing yourself so happy, feeling it, feeling exactly how you're gonna feel if you had that, and seeing the people that are going to come into your shop and trying to manifest it in that kind of way. And knowing that, again, it will take time, but you're on the road to doing it. And all you need to do is keep going. Because if you failed in the past, don't worry. As long as you keep going, you're not going to fail. Everything is going to go just how it's supposed to. Have fun and enjoy as well. Find the joy in everything that you're creating and making. I mean, this shopkeeper here, they sold this to these cute little bunnies, and look how happy they are. Like, imagine yourself selling this to them and looking at your customers being so happy from the thing that you created, making them so happy. Like when you guys comment on the videos, I get so happy and it's just so gratifying, I guess. Seeing all of that, seeing how it resonates and like your thoughts about everything, and it's just that kind of feeling, and you finding that in whatever you're doing, like everything that you're doing, seeing all of that in your life is, I feel, crucial because you have had lows. I can see it. And I'm not saying lows are never going to come back ever again. Maybe you will have some, like maybe even very soon. And that's okay. But it's important to not stick to it. Like not constantly stay in this. And when you're sad, realizing why you're sad, learning from it, and growing. Let's see what oracle cards came through as well. Trust the timing. So I really see time as a very important thing to you. It's like, I don't know, probably a lot of you feel like everyone around you is achieving something and you aren't there yet, and you're wondering, when is that going to be me? And maybe you're feeling a bit anxious, like, is it okay that I'm not doing that and I'm not there yet? Is it okay that, you know, I'm still not as established, or still not there yet, or relying on someone? And with this card, I can see that you do not need to worry. I can definitely tell you, your time is not running out. You are going just in the right direction. So it really feels like I need to tell you not to worry. Try to imagine that life, I said this to group 3 as well, that life is, let's imagine that life is predetermined. Like time doesn't exist, so everything has happened already. So technically everything is, it's like everything is predetermined already. Everything has happened. We just don't fully know the details. We might know a few things, but we don't know all the details. And knowing that, it makes life much easier. It makes you not worry as much because you know that you will get there. You don't know when and how, but you know you'll get there. And you need to have that in you, group 4. You need to have that belief and release these worries that you have, because there's no need to stress over time. There's no need to stress over where you're at right now, because you will get there, whatever you need to be getting. The great serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. You know, the great serving is really reminding me of like serving, you serving others, like you serving these to others and helping them soften to love as well. So the more that you soften yourself, the more you'll help others too. Part of your mission, it feels like, is to help the others too, is to provide these things for others so that they can move through their journey in a specific way. It's like you're helping them and you're unlocking things in them, and mostly just helping them soften up to themselves, to love, to expression as well. Removing conflict and anger. So looking at yourself and your life and anything you might be holding on to, any kind of anger, any kind of inner conflict or outer conflict that is in your life right now. Looking at that and trying to figure that out, trying to straighten it out so that it's not there anymore, or transmuting it. Mystic Rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. So yeah, really having compassion for people, for everyone, and understanding that we're all kind of in the same boat here in life. And we're all experiencing all of these things, that some good, some bad. and not holding grudges against people, not arguing with people, not getting into conflicts, not getting angry at things, and even things that you feel are super unfair, like all the wars that are happening, all the bad things, politicians, whatever, not being angered because of them anymore, trying to change that way of thinking. It's like if you change the way that you view them, you will change the way that you react to them. And understanding that we're all just trying to survive and do our jobs here, do our missions here. So really, I think that's a big part. There's definitely a lot to you working with your relationship with yourself, but also relationship with others. Not just others that you know personally, but others that you see on TV and etc. Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, sweetness of life. There's a lot of these cards that it really feels like a sweetness and a like the softening to love, like the sweet side. You have the sweet side, but you've put up your thorns recently, and that might um it feels like it's a rock in your path, or like a tree that fell in front of your carriage and now you have to go and move that tree. But it's not that it didn't need to be there. I think it's natural for that bump in the road to be there for you so that you can learn from it, so that you can take your time to build these other things and to appreciate these other things and to appreciate all of life here on earth, um, to focus on the things that really matter to you in your life, and focus on the beauty of the world and not on the bad things that are happening in the world. I feel like for your group, it's a lot about, there's definitely some of you that are watching too much TV and are on social media a bit too much. Like I feel like I definitely feel the influence from what's happening now in the world on you, and I feel that that is some of the things that need to be let go of for the new year, because I think that you're one of the people that is really going to be helping build something new, something bright, something beautiful. But if you have not cleaned up your palace, how can the guests come in and think, oh, this palace is so cool, I want a palace like this in my in too. I hope that makes sense. Like, if you have a bump in the road, why would anyone else go down that road too? Or like, if you make it sound awful, at least. Of course, everyone needs to bump into whatever they need to bump into. We all will. Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. Yeah, I like especially the choosing to be loved and compassion, having compassion for everyone and everything. And it really feels, I feel a bit exhausted, group 4. I'm wondering if you're exhausted. Like, it feels like you had a high or you had a low, and it's like the exhaustion after, or like the feeling after you cry. But then that's such a beautiful feeling because it means that you've released. So I don't know if any of you are feeling like that, or you're gonna feel like that soon. But I'm definitely interested, so let me know in the comments. Anyway, just filling yourself, not just filling yourself with love, just being love. I don't know. Like I said, I really feel like your group, everything is just so simple, but the simple things are the hardest things to do sometimes. So what you really need is a release, maybe, of all of these things. And it's knowing that the right time will come for everything, and knowing that it's all gonna be okay, and knowing that, things are happening for a reason. When, you know, when changes happen, chaos ensues, and it's normal. Doesn't mean we need to make chaos in our own lives. Doesn't mean we need to hold anger and start conflicts because we're shocked by these changes that we're seeing or this chaos that we're seeing. We can focus on the peace, focus on the good things in our life. And, sometimes you need that time of release, to cry out all of these emotions that you've been feeling, and have compassion, um, for everyone, for everything. And it doesn't mean you shouldn't feel bad for people who are suffering. Cry it out for them, but live also for them if that's what helps you. Um, some people like to think like that, and it helps them keep going. It helps them more determined to create a better world, knowing that they're not just living for themselves, they're living for everyone. And we're all one. We're all living for the one, I guess, for ourselves. We're all experiencing this for ourselves, but for the one, so for everyone else. And yeah, there's just, I hope this makes sense. But interesting that we have Master Jesus here, forgiveness, or Jesus. Let's not put Master in front of anyone's names. Um, Usually when that happens, it's like, you know, you are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So to anyone who feels drawn to the Father healing, there might be someone out there who needs to do Father healing in particular. But I feel like this card is really coming through to show that we can forgive. I mean, what is it that Jesus said? Forgive them, for they know not what they are doing, or something like this. I'm probably not saying it exactly how it is. I'm not really a Christian, or wasn't even raised Christian, but exactly. So those words themselves are the important ones. Like, forgive them. They don't really know what they're doing. We don't know what we're doing a lot of the time either. And a lot of times we go through life and we hurt people and we hurt others without, on accident, without wanting to. And that doesn't mean that we should go to hell, or we're really bad people for doing that. It just happens. We didn't know. So in that sense, if you look at everyone else who's doing bad things like that, you can find a way to forgive them and to not focus on them as well. Forgive, be love, focus on the good things, focus on your life, focus on building a better and brighter future for yourself, for the people around you, and in turn that will affect everyone else in the whole world. And the last card I have for you is Rose Gold Cosmic Pool. Bathe in cosmic love and soak up wisdom. So, soaking up wisdom, understanding more about yourself, about life, and just, there's really a lot about love here. Calling in love. And the more love, like love, it feels like for you guys, love is connected to knowledge as well. I feel that really strongly, that the more love you get, the more understanding and knowledge you get. And same with the opposite. Like, sometimes when sometimes when you understand things, or when you learn things, you get a deeper love for things. So maybe researching and learning more will help you as well. And yeah, it feels also like there's something about being embraced by someone by like a higher, maybe even just a higher version of yourself, being embraced by that and letting that, or your spirit guides, and letting them tell you it's okay, everything is gonna be fine. We love you. And we want you to love yourself. We want you to love this world. Love this world that you are part of the creation of. Love everyone on it for who they are, unconditionally, no matter how hard it can be. Anyway, group 4, this was a really, really deep one, I feel like a heavier one. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. And if you are interested in letting me know in the comments if any of this resonates, I'd love to hear from you. And I just wish you the best, honestly, group 4, and I hope that you're okay now, and I hope that you'll be even better in the future. If you're interested in a personal reading, details on how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!